Mamaya ka bibigay.
To our honorable guest speaker, Mr. Gilbert Castro, for the respected administrator, Mr. Harry Biernes, and his loving and dedicated wife, Mrs. Ann Biernes, for our cool and meek principal, Pastor Romeo Valentin, to the high school's ever-loving supervisor, Mrs. Vilma Oliva, teachers, parents, fellow graduates, classmates, friends, and guests, very pleasant afternoon. It's been 2 years and 3 months since I arrived here in the Philippines to study. This beautiful country and its kind and warm people present me precious friendships, wonderful memories, and a good academic foundation. I can say without any hesitation that without the opportunity of staying here in the Philippines, I would not be here. When I got my first wisdom page in English 1097, I skipped it and even threw it in the trash can. My supervisor, Teacher Bulma, saw it and called me down to the office for a counseling with Mrs. Experience. At that time, I was not a Christian. I thought that wisdom research in English cases are not important and have nothing to do with my studies. And I recognize them as useless. However, that incident gave me an opportunity to know Jesus Christ and accepted Him as my Savior after counseling with Mrs. Biernes and Teacher Vilma. I also learned that it is important to just follow the rules because one day I can look back on that particular event and tell myself, I'm so glad I listened. The Lord has always strengthened me whenever I find myself struggling with my studies, teachers, and worst of myself. He helped me by sending people to advise and guide me. Then try to remember the principles that can influence me to have positive changes. I want to share what inspired me in my studies. The first time I saw my academic projection, which shows how many paces I needed to finish in order to graduate, I thought, oh my word. It'll take me at least 3 years to leave this school if I do not change my study habit. Since that time, with an enthusiasm to finish every pace and graduate early, I tried working harder and sleep less. Sometimes the paces made me feel down and even cry. However, with the foreign goal of graduating early, I could not let those depressions distract and use my energy to study. As a graduate of an AC school, of course that I know that it is never easy to be stable in finishing a good academic course with top subjects such as physics, chemistry, and economics. Since it worked for me, I am encouraging you to have a steady goal, never give up, and always ask God to help. Before I end this speech, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude, first of all, to all the staff and teachers of Grace Bible Academy. Honestly, I can describe myself as a rebellious and a rude student. With me, you have suffered conflict kinds of troubles, conflicts, and stress. But you, my dear teachers, always have been willing to correct my behavior with a great deal of patience. I apologize to all the teachers whom I have hurt or disrespected. Thank you for being such great mentors. Second, I would like to thank my parents for their contributions and sacrifices they have given and done for me. To my mom and dad, although they're not here physically, I want them to know how much I thank and appreciate them, not only by supporting me financially, but also by giving me courage, inspiration, and wise counsel. Without them, I would not be standing here. I love you, and I will always make you proud. To my fellow students, let us keep moving forward. Let us not waver in our learning. Let's keep our eyes on our goal, never give up, and always ask God for help. Thank you, and again, good afternoon. 감사합니다. Salamat. Thank you.